Hey guys, welcome to my niche top 20 fall fragrances for the year 2012. I know I'm absolutely super late on this, it's Christmas time already. I do want to apologize for you just because I'm so late. But again, since I'm so late, I can give you a great list just because I know what I've been wearing for fall. So it's going to be more of an established top 20 here. Knowing what I wore for fall. I'm already wearing fragrances for winter. We're getting like a snowstorm right now. This is probably going to be one of my last full-fledged videos before I go overseas again. Again, I just want to apologize to you guys for all that, but this top 20, again, I'm not going to be doing a leftovers video like I did with a designer to let you guys know what kind of was left over, because there's a lot of great juice. Like, I was having a really hard time with this list, but I just really wanted to post this before I leave because it'd be kind of redundant doing a fall video, even if it's redundant right now in December. A lot of these you guys can wear in the winter, but I really don't want to be doing a fall video in January or February when I'm back here doing videos for you guys. So let's get to it. I'm going to tackle my top 20 again. My top 20s are basically wearings, and you're going to see a lot of new fragrances to my stable that I've purchased in 2012 that I'm very excited about, and wore actually a lot of them this fall. So you're going to see a lot of new guys, and that's what's great from year to year. See if the excitement continues for these type of fragrances. You'll see a lot of fragrances that you've seen over and over again in my niche fall top 20. They're going to stay there just because they're absolutely great. And don't be surprised that some of your favorites aren't in here, because these are all heavy hitters, and I could have done a top 50 with no problem at all. So let's get to it. At number 20 is from the house of Serge Lutens. They did absolutely great in this top 20 list. I've been wearing a lot of them. A lot of this brand is great for fall and winter. No problem there. Anybody that knows the Serge Lutens house. It was hard to pinpoint one or two. Two of them made it in this list. At number 20 we have 5 o'clock au gingembre by Serge Lutens, and I believe it made the list last year for me. I've been wearing a lot, as you can see. I've been wearing quite a bit of this. This is a ginger-based fragrance with cinnamon and tea. It has a very much a calming way to it for me. Perfect for fall. I really like wearing this one for fall, and I really don't wear much of it in the winter, to be honest with you guys. I really think it's not one of the darkest juices in the Lutens house. Great for fall, and I could actually wear this in the spring too. But again, it has like a calming effect to me. Kind of like how Gucci Pour Homme 2 has a calming effect, or Tea for Two. Fragrances like that with a little bit of spice and tea really kind of invoke that for me. It just calms me down. At number 20, one of my favorites for fall. At number 19, we're going to go to the house of Bois 1920. I don't know if it's Bois, B-O-I-S. In French is Bois, but I believe the brand is saying that their name is Bois, or Bois. So I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to call them Bois 1920 just because it's easier for me. And this is Sushi Imperial, and I believe this is its first time in a top 20 for me. I think this is a brand new fragrance. I purchased this, I think, in spring in 2012, so I've been testing a lot of it. This one is highly compared to Homme Narguilé from Hermès. So if you like that apple pie vibe, it is very much compared to it. I think it's a different take on an apple pie vibe, to be honest. They're both two different genres. I believe the sushi's a little darker, actually a little more complex than from Homme Narguilé. It's giving me a little more. Both complex scent that have the same general theme. There's a beautiful apple note in here. I believe it's more green apple than red apple or Macintosh apples. There's cinnamon and nutmeg that kind of give you that, of course, that apple pie feel. Very fall-like, very gourmandish-like, and that's kind of what it reminds me of fall. You kind of remind you of like apples and baking and hay and stuff like that, and leaves. So definitely Sushi Imperial invokes that, and a great addition to my top 20 at number 19. At number 18 is a mainstay on my top 20 list. Usually it's in the upper 10, to be honest with you. I think this is the lowest it's been in my fall top 20. It's one of my favorites. I just haven't really reached for it that much, but it's still top 20 worthy. It's from the house of Guerlain. This is Tonka Imperial, guys. And I don't know if you've seen my video of this when I put it in my top 20 for winter, I think, or last year. The bottle was up to here, so I've been using quite a bit of this fragrance. Actually, I take decants with me overseas because I like it so much. And that's probably why it's so low at this moment. One of my favorite juices of all time, Tonka Imperial. I really want to review it. Tonka Imperial is made for fall, to be honest with you. When I smell this fragrance, I feel like it's more of a fall-based fragrance than anything else. Tonka bean sweetness, again, my sweet tooth's coming back. I know that you guys, you've seen a little change in me that I like darker fragrances with incense woods, and I still got that, but my sweet tooth's coming back. And Tonka Imperial's got like a honeyed feeling, sweetness, gourmandish, kind of gingerbread-like feel to it. Very, very nice fragrance from Guerlain. If you haven't smelled it, smell that one. Number 18, great for fall. At number 17, again, another one that kind of slipped. This is a Maurice Roussel fragrance. This is, of course, from the house of Frédéric Malle. This is a Musc Ravageur. I know it's on last year's list. It's probably a top 10 from last year's list. Again, a staple in the fragrance community, but I don't like to go away with some of my favorites, right? These guys are my favorites for a reason. Musc Ravageur, a warming, musky, gourmand fragrance. Beautiful hit of cloves right off the bat. Kind of really invokes fall for me. That clove hit really is nice in the fall in the forefront, and then it kind of opens up to a gourmandish side of Musc Ravageur, which I absolutely love. At number 17. At number 16, we have a Bond number 9, the only Bond number 9 that I think is, I don't know, Silver Factory's awesome for fall and winter. Silver Factory, I really like that one. It would have been in my best of the rest video, but this one, New Harlem, again, always one of my staples. As you can see, I always wear a lot of it. New Harlem, great. Breakfast in a bottle, basically. A Waffle House vibe, including syrup and pancakes and waffles and a coffee on the side. Kind of has like a mochaccino vibe when it dries down. Great projection and longevity on that one. And most of these have a great longevity and projection to last in these Canadian falls. Now, at number 15, this one dropped quite a bit. I haven't been reaching out for it that much this fall. At number 15, it's still getting some love. This is from Andy Tower, Lauds des Arts Marocains. This is a 10 out of 10 juice. You guys know an amber-based, complex, well-balanced fragrance from Andy Tower, a master, and that one's great at number 15. At number 14, another one that kind of slipped. This is from Serge Lutens, and of course this one, the most popular of the house, Chergui. This fragrance, you guys know it. I've reviewed it. A dry hay note meets some honeyed sweetness. A very, very nice fragrance from Serge Lutens. Always a staple for me in the fall. Sometimes a favorite, but usually always in the rotation, as you can see at number 14. At number 13, this guy. I think this is the first mention of Creed in a fall and winter top 20 for me. So it's a kind of a trailblazer, this guy. Now this is one of my newest purchases from 2012 from the House of Creed. This guy is Spice and Wood. Now this guy and Windsor were kind of head-to-head bunting heads, and I was wondering which one I was going to pick for this one. Bois de Portugal is starting to get my attention too, but Spice and Wood, absolutely great for fall. I'm enjoying it. One of my newest purchases. And the wood in here, I believe, is cedar. It's got kind of an apple note, I think, in here also. Some spice, but the spice are really mild and in the background with this one. Very warming, and the woods are the major factor in Spice and Wood, and I absolutely love it. That one, of course, at number 13. At number 12, another mainstay in my top 20 for fall niche, countdown always from the house of Guerlain. This one of the best vanilla-based fragrances on the market today. This is Spiritueuse Double Vanille. This is a vintage bottle, by the way. You're gonna have to find it in the Aube en Matière bottle now, like Tonka Imperial. This is what it's gonna look like now. This is the old vintage bottle. One of my favorite vanilla-based of all time. When I first smelled this, it was love at first sight. This stuff is boozy vanilla, which is very warming, very sweet. And when my sweet tooth is out there and I really want something really nice, a nice vanilla, I usually go for this, Tobacco Vanille. Both of those are my two huge vanilla-based fragrances. But this one, if I want straight up vanilla, I go Spiritueuse Double Vanille. This thing is huge. It's a monster and absolutely gorgeous in the fall. At number 12, at number 11 and 10, we got the House of Amouage. Now, Amouage, for fall and winter in my top 20 niche lists, you're never going to have a niche list without an amouage fragrance. We got 3 in this top 20. This is one of my favorite houses of all time, amouage. This is probably the 3 here, the most known amouages in the market today. They have absolutely other great fragrances that I love that almost made this list, but I don't want to make a list full of amouages. But I've been wearing a lot of these guys. At number 11, Memoir Man, dark incense based fragrance, lots of woods. There's some smoke, of course, from the incense. Reminds me of Gucci Pour Homme 1, you know, that wood, and Comme des Garçons 2 Man, but this one actually has longevity and projection compared to those two. Those two are good. Comme des Garçons 2 Man is not very good for longevity and projection, but this one is a beast, and definitely worth a mention at number 11. At number 10, a newcomer. Of course, I just recently purchased this amouage when it first got released, Interlude Man. I'm absolutely loving this new release from them. The blue bottle, smoky, dense incense, pepper, ashy, kind of smells like a wet bonfire, to be honest, when I first smelled this, and absolutely gorgeous scent. This one's probably going to make the winter list too. I'm wearing a lot of that Interlude at number 10. At number 9, from the house of Tom Ford, this is their only fragrance in this top 20 list. I was having a hard time. I had several Tom Fords in front of me, and I'm like, man, I gotta pick 1 or 2 here. I gotta cut this list. I'm wearing a lot of Tuscan leather. I'm wearing a lot of Amber Absolute. My newcomers, Oud Wood and Bois Marocain and Japon Noir are getting lots of love from me. But the one that really stands out to me, of course, is the top seller from the Tom Ford line, Tobacco Vanille. Tobacco meets, of course, a boozy vanilla note. Excellent longevity and projection. One of the best, actually the best from the private blend line, in my personal opinion. When I got a sweet tooth, I go for that one. And if I want sweet, but I also want like that dark tobacco, this one gives me like both, you know, the best of both worlds right there at number 9. At number 8 is from the house of Mona D'Audio. No, it's not my newly acquired oud. I'm still kind of getting a grip on that one. My favorite from the Mona D'Audio line will and always will be Cuir, which is the leather-based fragrance. This one, a beautiful leather with animalistic appeal. Very dark, very much a fragrance that stands out in the fall. It's actually better in the winter, to be honest with you guys, but still a standout this fall. I've been wearing a lot of it. At, of course, number 8. At number 7, again, a new fragrance that I purchased early in 2012 when I went to New York. This is from the house of Histoire de Parfum. This is Abraham. This guy, if you haven't heard yet on my channel, I believe this came, I don't know if it was number 1 last year in my winter list, but it was top 5 at least. Abraham, an amber, animalistic, honeyed sweetness based fragrance. A really nice, really complex. It does really well on my skin. And this is actually the first time that I gave like a full test wearing of this fragrance in the fall, and it absolutely glowed on my skin. Abraham, one of the best. At number 7. At number 6 is from the house of Hermes, from the Hermes Essence line. You know, this is Ambre Narguilé. Don't be fooled with the bottle being almost full here. I still have my little 15 milliliter bottle. I don't know if you guys remember, I had one of Ambre Narguilé. I'm bringing that one overseas with me, and I'm keeping it over there. And I'm going to start working on this bottle here. Ambre Narguilé, of course, if you don't know yet, warm apple pie and basically in a bottle. Warming, comforting, gourmandish, great longevity and projection with it, and you know, one of my favorites. Really reminds me of, you know, Thanksgiving, and really a good, one of the best gourmandish fragrances for fall. At number 5, let's take a look at my top 5. My top 5 is actually morphed. It's different now, very different. You know, guys like Chergui, L'Arts des Arts Marocains, Tonka Impérial, Spiritueux Double Vanille, Tobacco Vanille really were mainstays in these top 10, and it has changed quite a bit because a lot of fragrances that I've been wanting to get are in this top 5. I've been wanting to get them just for this winter and fall season. So let's get to it. Number 5, brand new purchase from me right when I got it from the mailbox. I haven't stopped wearing it. I've been loving this fragrance. That's why it's number 5 right now. This is from the house of Kriegler. This is Established Cognac. The boozy feeling in this fragrance meets, you know, like a it just really reminds me of a caramel apple. Cognac meets caramel and an apple. Very beautifully done. Boozy, warming, gourmandish at the same time. Really nice mesh of notes from Kriegler. Number 5, gorgeous juice. At number 4, this juice is from the House of Zerzshoff. Again, a new addition to this top 20 list. You're going to see a lot of this guy in the next coming years. This guy is more, to be honest, I've been wearing it more lately just because it's winter. And I think it's basically the brute force of the Zerzshoff line. This is Zerzschoff's and this one is a heavy leather-based fragrance. Excellent leather-based fragrance. I think it's better worn for winter for me than fall, but still, of course, at number 4, I've been excited and I've been wearing it a lot. Same with Richwood. And it kind of has like a soft leather, like a suede-like leather meets like a rough and tumble leather, a smoky leather, but it's so well blended that it's never too soft or too bold like a Tuscan leather. So it's just perfect for your fall or winter. Very, very nice from the House of Zerzschoff. Now number 3, again a staple. I think it was number 1 last year actually for this fall list. It's dropped down to number 3 this year. This is from Nasomatto, my favorite from the line, and again still the standout from the line. Black Afghano. If you haven't smelt it, smell this guy. Incense, wood, spice, cannabis-like note in this fragrance. Again, 1 spray to 2 sprays at most. A small bottle like that's going to last you a while. And again, with me, I've been wearing quite a bit of it, and you're seeing just a small line getting down to it. So Black Afghano, one of my favorites of all time, at number 3 this year in the fall list. At number 2, again, another mainstay. I don't know if it was number 1 or number 2 last year. I'm trying to remember which one was number 1 and which one was number... I think Black Afghano was number 1. So this one was number 2 last year, and it's number 2 again this year. This is from Amouage, Jubilation 25, the king of the Amouage line. Yes, I'm saying it because I love this stuff. Wood, spice, berries, dark, rich, and complex. Makes you kind of feel like a king or a sultan. Pick one. It makes me feel like royalty. Very complex juice. Longevity and projection. Not the best from the Amouage line, but still beast mode. And that kind of says a lot from the brand. Really nicely done, well blended, quality juice at number 2. Number 1, brand new fragrance to my stable. Of course, from my newest haul. I purchased this just for this season. Well, the fall season. This is Zerzschoff's Richwood. Richwood at number 1. One of the best sandalwood based fragrances on the market today, no doubt about it. I love this juice and it works so well in the fall, and I think it's going to work really well in the winter too, but I think is going to be my mainstay from Zerzschoff for winter, and Richwood's going to be my mainstay for fall. I'm absolutely in love with this stuff, and I've been wearing it the most ever since I got that package of Richwood, and I've been just wearing those two back to back to back. Absolutely stunning juice. Get a sample of Richwood, definitely. Guys, this is my top 20. I know there's a lot of great fragrances, missed out on it, but this is my taste. That's what I'm wearing the past couple months. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.